Pêl-droed byw rhwng y Bari a Bai Colwyn ar S4C ac mae sylwebeth Saesneg ar gael ar y bottom coch. English language commentary is available for this afternoon's play in the Cymru Premier. If you're on Sky Plus, Freeview or Virgin Media, use the red button. If you're on a TiVo or a Sky Q box, go to Settings and use the audio selection option. Any problems, then get in touch with our viewers hotline. Felly draw Anita yn fyw I Barc Jenner at y tîm yn sgorio.
Ffrancus I mewn, dyd y gwir yn disgwyl amdani hi, yna hefyd mae Davies! A mae Davies gyda'r rhaid ymwelwyr ar y blaen yn syth. A mae Davies di taro ergyd gynnar, alle fod yn ergyd mor bwysig yn heigol y tymor yma. Y stori fawr ydy bod y Bari yn colli lle yn uwch gyngrau'r Cymru. Am gol! Sydd wrthi. Safety, Llanelian yn ergydio, safety! A Kayne McLaggon yn cael ei hat-trick. Am adloniant, mae'r dorf mowr yma ar Barc Jenner wedi cael. Ar ôl desgyn uwch gyngrau'r Cymru, mae'r Bari yn ôl ar ôl un tymor yn unig. Mae yna reolwr newydd. SOS, galw Steve Jenkins, wythnos yn unig. Cyn y tymor newydd ddechrau ar ôl I Lee Kendall benderfynu gadael. Maen nhw'n croesawu Bai Colwyn I Barc Jenner am y tro cyntaf erioed heddi. 2 glwb hanesyddol, ond y ddau yn newydd ddyfodiad hefyd a'r ddau yn edrych am eu pwyntiau cyntaf o'r tymor. Pnawn da I chi, croeso mor ato ni. Gwenan Harris sy'n cadw cwmni fi. Pnawn da, Gwenan?
Pnawn da.
Croeso ato ni, y tymor newydd yma. Mae rhaid ni sôn am hyn. Mae Wrexham newydd cael gêm gyfartal, 5 gol yr un. Yn ebyn Swindon. Dwi'n meddwl rhywbeth tebyg fan hyn ffrom yma, Gwenan?
O, bys ni'n joio os bod e. Fel blaenor, joio gweld goliau. O, chwarae teg, achos fi'n credu nhw'n 5-3 lawr. So, bys ni'n lyfio cael gymaint o goliau a ddrama. Sgôr
syfrdanol ar y cae ras pnawn yma. Mae'r ddau ma yn newydd i'r gyngrair, ond bod ni'n hen gyfarwydd ar Bari. Y ddau di colli I gemau cyntaf. Felly, faint o bwysau sydd arnyn nhw pnawn yma?
Fi'n credu mae'n mwy o bwysau ar Bari achos bod nhw yn amlwg gyda'r hanes yna a bod nhw adref. Ond yn amlwg mae'r ddau tîm moyn cael y buddugoliaeth gyntaf a jyst cael y momentum, cael y pwysau oddi arnyn nhw. Ond mae'n mynd I bod yn anodd achos fi'n credu Bai Colwyn wedi cael bach o wers wythnos diwetha. A yn amlwg gyda Bari wedyn gol hwyr. Mae hwnna'n gallu actually gwneud bach o niwed I hyder a colli Kayne McLaggon hefyd. So fydd e'n gêm diddorol gweld sut maen nhw'n setio allan pwy fydd falle bach fwy amddiffyn o ran system.
Gawn ni weld sut eithi, a gawn ni hefyd weld beth arall sy'n digwydd penwythnos yma. Nesa, o ran uwch gyngrau'r Cymru, JD. Goliau neithiwr yn gyntaf, tipyn o gol o ran Caernarfon. Mae gol agoriadol nhw'n y fuddugoliaeth o 4 I ddim yn erbyn Aberystwyth. Josh Williams yn cael honna, symudiad campus chwarae teg, yn chwarae'n y Flint gyda llaw ar gair castell am y tro cyntaf. Ond nhw'n mwynhau'r gêm gyntaf, ta beth. Callum Bradley wedyn ar ôl hanner awr, a gath ei ddanfon o'r cae yn yr ail hanner. Oedd hi'n 4 I ddim cyn yr egwyl. Josh Williams yn sgorio fan hyn, Aberystwyth Gwenan. Chwarae 2, colli 2 heb sgorio. Problem yn barod.
Mae'n anodd. Pan ti'n chwarae tîm oedd fel yna, sy'n mynd I sgorio, ond beth sydd yn, fi'n meddwl, sydd bach yn prydesu nhw fan'na yw'r fath o goliau maen nhw wedi ildio.
Dewch I weld y goliau yma, pen y bont yn ennill o 2 I ddim yn erbyn Hwlffordd. Lewis Harling sy'n claddu'r peniad yma am beniad. 36 o funudau, wedyn ni 10 munud o'r diwedd, Kayne Owen yn neud 1-2. Geith Gwenan benderfynu paeni'r gol orau yn y gêm yma.
Ti'n rhoi reit ar y sbocs. Mae'r ddau yn goliau campus chwarae teg. A Kayne Owen a jyst y troed chwyth yna, mae'n mor dda I wylio a jyst gweledigaeth fe a wedyn yn amlwg safon fe gallu cymryd fi'n mynd I roi ei fe.
Digon teg. Y pen y bont I ennill I 2 gêm agoriadol. Felly hefyd, Caernarfon yn ennill o 2 gol I 1 ar yr ofal neithiwr. Phil Mooney gath y gyntaf. Mark Williams yn creu fan yna. Williams mor effeithiol yn erbyn Bai Colwyn yn y fuddugoliaeth yn y gêm gyntaf. A Williams eto, bron sgorio. Ond Louis Lloyd gath I. Adam Davies wedi cael ei ddanfon o'r cae. Dre newydd yn taro'n hwyr. A wedyn ni pnawn yma. 1 gol sydd wedi bod pnawn yma. A'r seintiau newydd I ennill. Ym Mhontypridd o gol I ddim. Dan Williams 10 munud o'r diwedd. 3 pwynt arall i'r seintiau. A di-sgôr yn y gêm arall rhwng Met a'r Bala. Felly datblygiad bach diddorol. Tymor yma, fel allwch chi weld, y sgwar bach na nghornel y sgrin, sganiwch hwnna gyda'ch ffôn, eithaf chi'n syth i weld uchafbwyntiau y gemau o uwch gyngor Cymru JD. Ni'n hoffi datblygiadau newydd fan hyn ar sgorio. Mae yna reolwr newydd yn y bari, Steve Jenkins yw yn gynchwaraewr gyda Abertawe, Huddersfield a Chymru. Wrth gwrs, mae Sioned wedi cael gair dy fe.
Steve, two newly promoted sides going head-to-head this afternoon. What are you expecting?
Tough game. Yeah, two teams with momentum, but probably lost a little bit of that with the two results on Saturday. But I think looking at it, the two teams, both of us in Colwyn Bay, just looking to get some points on the table as quick as we can.
You didn't get off to the best start last weekend, and you are going to be without Kayne McLaggon today. Just how much of a loss is he going to be?
Yeah, he's a big loss. Obviously, he's our captain, he's our talisman. But you know, we've got a squad, and it's just an opportunity for somebody else. But it will be a blow. But yeah, we'll just get on with it.
It's the first home game of the season for you. How important is it to get that first win of the season, especially here at Jenner Park?
It is, and you know, we don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves, but you know, everybody's looking for that first win in the first one or two games. So you know, it'd be great to do it now today in front of our own fans, but I'm under no illusions. It's going to be a really, really tough game, and we've got to make sure that we're at it.
Steve, diolch yn fawr.
All right, thank you.
A dyna chi, Steve Jenkins, fel ni sôn Gwennan, wythnos cyn y tymor ddechrau, dath e mewn i grymuchelu Kendall. Faint o broblem yw hynny?
O, mae'n anodd iawn iddo fe yn amlwg a'r tîm hyfforddi. Ond i'r chwaraewyr hefyd, i ddod yn gyfarwydd gyda arferion ymarfer, system chwarae, stil maen nhw moyn chwarae tymor yma. So, y ffordd bod e heb cael yr amser yna yn yr off-tymor, off-season, mae'n anodd iawn chwarae teg. So, fydd yn diddorol eto i gweld just faint o ymynedd sydd gyda'r yn amlwg y cefnogwyr, ond gyda'r chwaraewyr i ar hyder i kind of mynd gyda'r strategaethau fe mor gynnar mewn i'r tymor, yn wedig ar ôl colli'r gêm gyntaf.
Ie, cwpl o chwaraewyr newydd wedi dod mewn gyda llaw Sam Snaith, Jamie Veal, enwau cyfarwydd, mae Keenan Patton na hefyd gyda pen y bont am gyfnod. Ollie Hulbert hefyd, enw diddorol, oedd e gyda Met cwpl o dymor enol, ar fenthyg o Bristol Rovers, wedi dod fan hyn ar ôl bod gyda Iowfil. Sgwrdd y tair gol ar 10 i Met mewn rhyw 20 gêm, mae'n dipyn o record.
O, mae'n record arbennig o dda. Beth sy'n neis gweld y clipio o fe nawr, y ffaith bod e'n digon y ders, mae'n gwybod yn union ble mae'r gol, i cymryd y touches yna ar y cyffyrddiad gyntaf. Dim lot o blaen nhw'n gallu neud yna pob tro pan maen nhw'n sgorio. A fydd e'n bwysig i'r bari fi'n credu, achos maen nhw wastad yn dibynnu ar Kayne McLaggon. Wel, yn amlwg mae fe ddim ar gael heddiw, ond mae angen, os chi'n mynd i wneud yn dda yn gyngor, mae angen rhywun arall i dechrau ychwanegu hefyd a cymryd y pwysau oddi ar y prif sgorwr.
Gair pwysau, sy'n pwysau ar y ddau ma'n barod ys e, ar ôl un gêm yn y tymor?
Wel, fi'n credu fydd nhw'n teimlo fe tipyn bach ar ôl y ffordd wnaethon nhw colli wythnos diwethaf ar bari really anffodus, ond wedyn gêm adre, mae rhaid nhw roi hynna yn gywir heddiw, so os maen nhw ddim, fi'n credu fydd e'n teimlo fe.
Dyna ni, mae'n gynnar, mae'n bwysau o bosib yn barod. Amser i ni fynd am egwyl felly. Wrexham 5 gol yr un, Casnewydd i ennill o 2 gol i ddim yn Forest Green. Will Evans gynt o'r gyngor ma'n cael 2. 1-1 Abertawe Coventry, Ramsey'n sgorio yn Caerdydd yn colli yng Nghaerdydd. Na chi grynodau, maen nhw ma, cefnogwyr bai Colwyn di teithio'n bell ar gic cyntaf pan ddewn ni'n ôl nawr. Croes yn ôl ato ni I Barc Jenner, cartre'r Bari dros canrif, ond chi'n gwybod be? Y tro cynta i'r ddau dîm yma gwrdd yn y gyngrair. Dau o clybiau hynna, clybiau mwyaf Cymru hefyd, yn uwch gyngrair Cymru, JD. Bai Colwyn y gwylanod ar lan y môr. Maen nhw'n gyfarwydd y gwylanod yn y Bari, dyn nhw'n gyfarwydd y gwylanod yma, ddim yn y gyngrair ta beth, y ddau yn camu'r caeth. Ond os wedi'n Saesneg hefyd, English language commentary available, as usual here on Sgorio on the red button. We got Caernarfon manager Rhys Griffiths with Mark Jones. Ond yn dychwel amdano chi yn y pwynt sylwebu. Mae'n ben wythnos mawr I bêl-droed merched, ac mae'n yr arloeswyr yng Nghymru yma, pnawn ma. Mae Cath Morgan wrth ochr Mike Davies.
Good afternoon and welcome to Jenner Park in Barry, where the Linnets entertain Colwyn Bay in Sgorio's live Cymru Premier game of the weekend. Barry and Colwyn Bay are playing for their first points of the season, and this game could be labelled as an early six-pointer. Somebody who's enjoying talking about 6 points at the moment is the man sat next to me, Rhys Griffiths. Good start of the season, Rhys, well done.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this game?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see two newly promoted sides. Obviously, I know a bit more about Barry, having quite a few of the players have played for me, and obviously being a local side. But know a little bit about Colwyn Bay too. But it'd be interesting to see them pitting their wits against each other.
Yes, two teams who won their leagues last season. Colwyn Bay won their league by 4 points. They were chased all the way by Holywell Town, but Barry Town absolutely stormed their league and won it by 20 points. And won 2 cups along the way, but their manager left before the start of the season, Lee Kendall. So the new appointment is the ex-Welsh international, Steve Jenkins. You know Steve, you played with him down at Llanelli.
Yeah, he was my assistant manager at Llanelli, and if I look across my career, he's one of the people who managed me, who I was sort of at my happiest with, let's say.
Barry and Colwyn Bay lineups there. They've changed the goalkeeper. Alfie Brooks is in this week, and Joe Lewis last week. And Barry have made a couple of changes as well. Sam Snaith comes in up top. That's interesting, Rhys. You had Sam Snaith playing for you at Penabont.
Yeah, I got an awful lot of time for Sam, and really hope he does well. He's got a lot of ability. He can do everything as a centre forward. He just needs to put it together on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a back three. They will play wing backs. 2 real pacey wing backs. Chris Hugh and Mickey George. I think you had Mickey with you at Penabont.
Yeah, we did. Another one who was with me, and it's contrasting wing backs there, because Mike is, all out physicality and a little bit raw, whereas Chris Hughes very experienced now, and I'm sure he can still get up and down the pitch as well.
And there's the Colwyn Bay lineup. It looks like they may go 4-3-3. It looks like Sam Dongs may have moved into centre back, and it looks like they've brought Alex Downs, he'll play alongside Danny Holmes.
Yeah, Danny's absolutely pivotal there with his experience. He's been a top player.
There's your man, Sam Snaith. He'll be in for Kayne McLaggon, who obviously got sent off last week at Bala. And there's Danny Holmes. Danny must be up amongst the best players with his record to ever played in this league, Danny Holmes.
Yeah, real good competitor. Nothing he can't do as a defender, really, and his experience is going to be massive, his leadership at the back.
Well, they enjoyed themselves last season. The opening day wasn't great for them, but game on, and it's wonderful, always wonderful to be at Jenner Park. A decent crowd. The crowds, by the way, just letting everybody know, were 71% up last weekend in the Cymru Premier League. Let's keep it going. You had a good crowd last night, Rhys. Yeah, 400 plus.
We did, especially because it was horrendous weather, so perhaps if it was a day like today, we would have had a couple of hundred more.
Barry playing their customary yellow shirts against the Clarkton Blues of Colwyn Bay. Cottrell, seen it all in this league. Brought back in today. Curtis MacDonald, Callum Sainty. Rhys, Callum Sainty, there's a quick one to talk about. He's a gifted centre midfielder. It looks like Jenkins decided to play Sainty as a centre back.
Well, obviously he's got the stature to play there. He's a comfortable footballer. He's more of a footballer than he is kind of ball winner, if you like. Although we wouldn't have been happy with that ball. Commentator's curse.
Welcome to commentating, Rhys. Magnificent, Rhys, magnificent. That's what you call a shank.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Patton goes through the back of Downey. Welcome to Jenner Park in the first minute.
Keenan's another player who's with me at Caernarfon on loan from Cardiff City, full of ability.
Surprised to see Downs at centre-back. More likely to see him playing as a right-sided centre-back alongside Danny Holmes. He loves to get on the ball and get forward. First ball, first goal, absolutely vital this afternoon. Creamer takes the long shot. Lewis collects well. I don't think Mike Lewis will be happy with Creamer just being allowed to guide that shot in, even though it was from a distance.
It'll take a great shot to beat Mike from there, because he's a good shot stopper, but like you say, people can hit him, and on another day it goes in.
Lewis, Snaith wins the first duel against Danny Holmes. Soft free kick there, given by the referee, Aaron Wynne-Jones. This afternoon, some results coming through. Met 0, Bala 0, Ponty 0, TNS 1. TNS sneaking a winner in the 85th minute. Danny Williams, ex-Swansea, of course, getting on the score sheet. And last night, Caernarfon, who are top of the league, 2-1 against Newtown. Penabont, of course, 2-0 against Haverfordwest. And Connah's Quay Nomads got the season into action. Rushton gets a shot off. Great shot. Great shot off there from Rushton. And don't underrate the defending then from Curtis MacDonald, because he barges the forward off following up the shot. I'm sure we'll see it, Reece, on the replay in a minute.
It was nearly my second commentator's curse of the day, because Mike fumbled the shot, although it was hit with some power.
Absolutely, yeah,
straight
he did.
at him, and probably be disappointed he didn't hold it. So you can see the shot comes in as a good strike. Rushton's a good player, gets it on target, and Mike would like to hold on to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, just see Curtis MacDonald just gets it quick enough to put off the man for the rebound. There it goes in. It's a decent shot, but Barry will be looking at that. I'm sure Jenkins will be looking at that. They've had two decent shots, Colwyn Bay.
Yeah, too early on.
Interesting to see where Cottrell plays today. If he's on his day, Cottrell, he can control games.
He can create something out of nothing, definitely. It looks like they've got two holders, Barry and Deal and Patton, and then Cottrell in front of them, with Sam and Holbert up front.
MacDonald, Snaith gets the first flick. I'm sure Bala Town and Jenkins have looked at last week's game when Colwyn Bay were defeated 4-0 by Caernarfon, because the strikers for Caernarfon had an absolute field day. MacDonald, Patton, Creamer leaves running from behind, and surprised the referees let that go. May go back and have a chat to him once it breaks down. Veal, Jamie Veal, summer move from Haverfordwest. Same type of player as Patton.
Yeah, I think Patton perhaps a little bit more athletic, likes to run with the ball as well. Jamie's very much a passer of the ball, isn't he? And he can hit balls from long range, and he can score from long range, as we saw last season. Or was it the season before?
Brooks, all the way through to Mike Lewis. The last ball in from Barry, I think it was for Veal, the diag for Snaith. They've surely got to use that a lot today. Just test the two central defenders out. Snaith, he has to be 2 to 3 inches advantage in height. Very keen the Barry fans below us, Reece, and so if the viewers are listening to some drumming noises, it's the Barry fans enjoying themselves. Chance, great tackle. Half a chance then for Turner. All Sean out on the left wing. Should be a good battle against Mikey George. 2 ex-Welsh internationals, of course, in the dugout today. Steve Jenkins and Stephen Evans. Creamer.
Both no-nonsense players, and probably no-nonsense managers as well.
This 5 minutes on the clock, Reece. I know it's very, very early, of course, but it's a type of fixture Colwyn Bay, I think, definitely would take a point the day after last week's result, and it wouldn't be disastrous for Barry either, were they to just kick their campaign off with a clean sheet and a point at home.
No, I think as a player you don't really worry too much about getting your first points on the board. You just think it'll happen, you go out and you do your thing, but as a manager you're desperate to get the first ones.
There it is. Steve Jenkins, and parallel to him, alongside him, Stephen Evans. Wrexham have gone crazy this afternoon. Wrexham 5, if you haven't heard. Wrexham 5, Swindon 5 is the final result. Leicester City defeat Cardiff with a last-minute goal. Leicester 2, Cardiff 1. Swansea 1 apiece against Coventry. And Newport, aided by a brace from Will Evans, 3, Forest Green 0. Reece, nice to see a couple of our boys, especially one of your boys gone this afternoon as well. Nathan Wood, playing in the professional football league.
Yeah, I'm thrilled for Nathan. It's great that he's got
great ball, and a great tackle.
Great, pleased for Nathan to get his first couple of appearances, and fair play to Will Evans as well. He's scoring freely at the moment, and they're both great lads.
Had to make that right then, Steph Edwards. They always say when you go to ground in the penalty box, make sure it's correct, and he put it behind for a corner. This will be interesting. Height advantage, I would say, to Barry here. Curtis MacDonald, Evan Press, Sam Snaith, some big boys in there. Far post punched away. Keeper did well in punching it. George straight back into the mixer. Evan Press with a flick. Go safe. Mickey George, he was in two minds whether to go back to the goalkeeper or not. Just go safe. Not the worst decision.
I think just looking at Steve Jenkins on the side, a bit frustrated that his players aren't being a bit braver. I think maybe there Mike could have gone back to Mike Lewis, and also Mike Lewis from the previous goal kick. I think Steve wants them to play out a little bit more than they are.
Patton's looked tidy in the early stages. He's got on the ball quite a lot. Hulbert, ex-Bristol Rovers, of course. And had a decent spell at Cardiff Met. Suffered a little bit with injury while he was there. Cardiff Met 0-0 this afternoon at home to Bala. It's a good start for the Met, 4 out of 6 points. Jenkins is demanding in that touch, in that dugout. Nice to see. Great ball across from Cottrell. Goalkeeper spills and is helped by the centre back. Downs hooks it away. Alfie Brooks, the keeper. Over the past 6 or 7 seasons, Reece, one of Barry's main outlets, is the left wing back Chris Hugh.
Yeah, he's been a good player, hasn't he? He was playing for Barry when I was in the Cymru South with Caernarfon, and they won the league, they were champions, and he was a good player then, and he's kept it going. Perfect for a wing back.
Yeah, absolutely. Welsh futsal captain as well, by the way. Skillful player. You've got to be a pretty skillful player to play that game. Rushton. Downey. Dan Jones. Well, after watching last week's game, being lucky enough to be at last week's game, I think Colwyn Bay have settled pretty well, you know, in the first 9 minutes. Veal. Cottrell. It's imperative that the two wing backs do push on, otherwise there's no width there from Barry. The switch is on. Cottrell. Jones looks it forward to Matty Hill, top scorer last season with 15 goals. Sure he'd like that this year. What about top goal scorers? It's Alfie Brooks, youngster in goals, goes down. Just does enough. It's helped out by Downs.
I think both sets of players are a bit nervy when the ball's in their own box at the moment. A couple of fumbles at both ends.
Steph Edwards, been around in Cymru Premier, Steph. 7 or 8 clubs. MacDonald. Rattles a great ball in there, MacDonald. That's the type of ball you want. Obviously, you played centre forward all your life, Reece. Great ball that from a centre back.
Yeah, really good play, and Sam Snaith probably should have taken 2 there. He was in probably too much of a hurry to get the ball through the hole, but I think he had the time to take a touch and then lay it off.
Yeah. MacDonald, like you said, is footballing centre back. who's comfortable on the ball, he can pick a pass. Hugh. Barry fans obviously want a foul. Hugh fires it in. Snaith just got to look after it. Snaith has a chance. Great goal. Oh, what a goal! Opening goal is by the big man, Sam Snaith. The throw from Chris Hugh, chested down, pirouettes and puts it in the back of the net. The centre-half will be disappointed with his marking, but Sam Snaith will be over the moon. Barry 1, Colwyn Bay 0.
Yeah, great stuff from Sam. Obviously, really pleased he's got his goal. The defender gets too tight. When the centre-forward is that much bigger than you, you can't see the ball, you can't get that tight, and I think he's got too tight. Obviously, Sam, I'm not sure that he meant the first touch, but he certainly meant the second.
Yeah, Alex Downs is, we know, scored 10 goals last season, the centre-back, and he's a flying wing-back. Obviously, he's put to the first test there.
It's an honest mistake because he's trying to get as tight as he can and obviously stop Sam getting a turn. But because of the way Sam's first touch went, he was too tight and he couldn't recover. Excellent finish, though. That's
Sam Snaith's 20th goal in the Cymru Premier League in only 50 games, so... And a lot of them performances have been as a substitute, of course. Has the ability, and still 22-year-old youngster.
Yeah, he's got bags of ability.
Cottrell usually takes the shot on. Cottrell takes it on this, he tries to pass it. He's disappointed with himself.
Yeah, you expect more from Jordan now. I thought he was going to really let fly.
But what a bonus for Barry. 1-0 ahead after 12 minutes. Chance here for Matthew Hill. McDonald went down as the ball come across. Not enough bodies in the box. The pullback had to be correct. This is just a vulnerable time, Reece, for Colwyn Bay, to be honest.
I get the feeling there's going to be a few goals in this game. It's quite open, isn't it?
Yeah, and the two holders for Barry are really holding, whereas Creamer and Rushton like to get on, and Downey's left in there by himself. So these centre-halves are going to have to most probably mark all the game with no defence in front of him. Alshon, Dylan Alshon gets a shot off again. Third shot on target for the Bay, so it's not as if they've come not to try and get the away goal.
The interesting battles developing are the wing-backs versus full-backs as well. It's a bit of cat and mouse. Who's going to come out and press the other? And so far, Chris Hugh, particularly on this side, is getting the better of his opposition player.
Yeah, and Cottrell has definitely seen a lot of the ball early on. Jordan Cottrell. Obviously missing Kayne McLaggon today, sent off last week at Bala. So what a bonus for the manager when you bring in young Sam Snaith and he goes and bags you one in the first 10 or 11 minutes.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Kayne's a big loss. And I have to say as well, I thought his second yellow card was a terrible decision last week. But Sam is capable of doing everything you need him to do.
Gives the Jordan Cottrell chance, drives through, and usually he's deadly from this area. Tries to bend around him, I think, just doesn't get it right.
It really opened up though, didn't it? He had more time as he pulled the shot than he did as he was travelling with the ball.
Yeah, you'll see that on Scorio Monday evening and be disappointed with that. He usually arrows them into the corner. George. Barry starting to enjoy their game. Corner. Steph Edwards goes to ground again, puts it behind for a corner. Real important time now. Were Barry to get another goal early in this game, it could be very decisive in this contest.
Well, that there was an example of where the centre forward takes two. So the ball came into Sam, he looked after it with his first touch. Mikey George then made the run off him and Sam laid it in. When they try and do it first time, as Sam has a couple of times already, it normally breaks down.
McDonald there being marked by Edwards. Jamie Veal goes across to take the corner, directs it to the back post. McDonald might have been better off knocking it back across the box end. Cottrell. Tries to pick out Curtis MacDonald on the left wing. He picks out Alfie Brooks instead. In goals, there's Jenkins. Must be pleased at the moment. It's a nervy time as a manager, Reece, when football is always tough. As a new manager, it's even harder.
Well, I spoke to him before the game and he said he's pretty relaxed about everything, and I think he threw that out the window when the game kicked off, because he's certainly intense on the touchline.
A few of them in the Cymru Premier at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Creamer. The Bay just have to show their form of last season and get on the ball. Mustn't go on their shells.
I was also speaking to Steve Evans before the game, and in our first season in the Welsh Prem, having gone undefeated, which Colwyn Bay nearly did, we got 1 point from the first 18. It took some time for us to adapt.
Yeah, tough baptism. Tough baptism. And with their 12 teams, every game, Reece, I mean, you know you're in there, you're managing, we're watching every week. There are no easy games in this league anymore.
No, there's not, especially when you need a win.
Wales rugby highlights against South Africa. We won't tell you the score just in case you haven't seen the game. 8:30 against South Africa tonight. MacDonald. That diag was on again, Henry. Sure, centre forward. You want that in there early?
You certainly don't want them
Cottrell.
to keep turning it down.
It's a great. This is what Downs is very good at, travelling with the ball. Yeah, it could be a yellow card here. Keenan Patton will be the first one in the afternoon, no doubt. But that is exactly what he did last week. It's exactly what he did last season, Downs. He loves getting the ball out of his feet and just travelling. Don't think the referee has much option other than to brandish the yellow then.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Sam Turner on the ball. Took a few dead balls last week. This is a long way out, by the way, but it definitely looks like he's lining it up. That is 2 penalty areas. We're in a great vantage point here.
It's about 34 yards.
Has to be. Mike Lewis, no wall. Mike's decided to just look at it from that distance. That's a good idea, I think. Turner to take the free kick. Wow. It wasn't the greatest from 34 yards either. Patton. Great ball. He's onside as well. Cottrell definitely onside. Can he keep it in? Cottrell, Holbert and Snaith in the box. Snaith, second chance. Holbert with the volley, off the line by Downs. Seeing the first 20 minutes, Reece, I'm definitely agreeing with you. There's chances for goals, and there's the post. There's 4 chances in about 30 seconds there. It was almost fill your boots time for the centre forwards. The defending's got to be better.
Brilliant from Sam Snaith there, occupying defenders. His layoff for Holbert's first chance was such a clever little pass. He started really well, Sam has.
George. "19 minutes on the clock." MacDonald. Holbert on the edge. 2 centre forwards now will be. If you're up there, haven't watched this first 20 minutes, you're keen for action if you're a centre forward in that box.
So that's Sam's first chance, and then a little dink there for Holbert. That was superb from Sam. Wish I could say I taught him that, but I didn't. And then obviously the header then hitting the post or the crossbar. The post, really unlucky.
Stephen Evans would be the happier man at the moment, because that so easily could have been 2-0. 2 or 3 half chances there for Barry. But Barry, in the first 20 minutes, have played some decent stuff and have created about 4 or 5 chances.
Yeah, they have, and I think the centre forwards, you get a sense when you're playing up front sometimes if you're going to get joy against the defenders you're up against, and certainly Sam in particular would be relishing this now.
Curtis MacDonald, it's a smart move, Reece. he started as a left-sided centre-back, and he's almost playing as a wing-back just behind Chris Hughes. Chris Hughes being marked, and McDonald is in space with all the quality in the world. Hulbert pulls it back. He's still in that wing-back position there now, McDonald. Sainty, good body strength against Turner.
Yeah, Steve Jenkins is encouraging Curtis McDonald to get forward as much as he can. And as long as you've got the defensive cover, which with 2 holders you would have, why not? It's just important that they're not wasteful when he gets forward.
Alex Downs spreads the play out to Steph Edwards on the left-hand side. These two teams met in the Welsh Blood Service Cup final last year. Barry won 6-0 against Caernarfon's youth team. Colwyn Bay, sorry, that's because the Covey Army are top of the league. I was told to mention that.
Only on goal different.
Who's second? TNS?
They probably are, actually, yeah.
George. Snaith again, finding plenty of room. Doesn't worry coming in the pocket, Snaith. Veal. Patton and Veal. The game last week was a very physical encounter against Caernarfon in the first 20-25 minutes especially. And I'm sure Evans would like his Bay midfielders to get a little bit tight at the Barry and start putting a bit more pressure on him. Barry are quite comfortable at 1-0 at the moment, Reece.
Yeah, they are. I was just looking then, obviously we've got a perfect vantage point from here. And the game is so expansive. The distance from front to back in both teams is probably 45 yards at times, which should be nigh on half of that, really. And I think that's why Barry are getting so much space. And in particular, the likes of Sam Snaith and Jordan Cottrell dropping off defenders and picking up space.
150 plus supporters coming down from Colwyn Bay. Absolute fantastic effort to make the trip down.
You can see why people have wanted them in the league for so long.
It's a massive bonus for the league to see supporters turn out. It's Cottrell again. He's in acres of space every time he gets the ball. McDonald, that's a strong tackle, great tackle, that's what you want. Tremendous tackle from Jones. Sainty. Rushton. Great career at Newtown. Puts it across the far post. All Sean and just didn't read the pass. It's a great ball across.
Yeah, it was a good ball across, and Mikey George dealt with it well, but I think there was an example there of where, if this time he was a central centre-back for Barry, he was driven in with the ball, and then they'd given it away, and then that leaves you vulnerable. We saw it earlier on with Downs for Colwyn Bay, stepping in, and he won the free kick, but if you lose the ball when you do that, you're so vulnerable.
And Rushton is the type of player who could pick a pass. Turner again goes out to take the kick. Whips it across to the back post. Downs is there. Great defending.
An excellent ball in as well.
George does his job properly. He's obviously the main man on the set plays, Turner. Centre forward, Reece. Did you always like a pacey corner?
I used to like an in-swinger with pace because I just try and get across a defender,
yeah,
and hope the ball met my run.
Turner, far post again. McDonald gets the header away. Started well, McDonald, this afternoon. Just backs that up by running Creamer out the play. Good defending again. There's Stephen Evans. Fantastic career with TNS. And then went on to Wrexham. 12 international caps. 32 years the Cymru Premier League's been going. Colwyn Bay, the 43rd club to appear in them 32 years. If you're Jenkins at the moment, Reece, I know you're never happy on the touchline. Every manager's the same. I'm just thinking he really thinks we're worth 2 here by half-time.
Yeah, definitely. He'll want to get the second while they're on top. Obviously, the last 5 minutes have probably gone a little bit. They're not quite as dominant as they were. But yeah, he'll certainly want to get another one first half.
Danny Holmes made trouble the referee. He doesn't trouble the referee. Good quick free kick from George. Good thinking. Great shot. Tipped over this time. Jamie Veal gets the shot off. May have gone straight over the bar, by the way. It's a good effort from Veal.
It was worth an effort. I think the keeper made it look a bit spectacular, didn't he? But it was worth an effort, although I did think the ball to the back post was on as well.
Ollie Hulbert goes down up top. It's Kayne McLaggon.
Yeah, frustrating for Kayne. Obviously, new season, new manager, talisman for the club. He'll be desperate to be out there, and he's picked up a red card, and I know he feels that it was a harsh second yellow, so frustrating for him. 34
goals last season. I know it was a season below, but like you did say, I think over the last 4 Cymru South Player of the Year, and over the last 4 or 5 seasons, I think he's scored 50% of Barry goals, which is fantastic.
Yeah, the season that they were relegated, when he played against us, they were a different side. So, you know, we obviously did quite well against them that year, but he was injured quite a lot that season, and when he came in, the games were totally different. Yeah,
very tough, very hard man to mark, physical, quick, and loves scoring goals. I'll go all the way, that's the second time. Goalkeeper just needs to take a bit off his goal kicks. Mike Lewis, Snaith, Hulbert the target. Danny Holmes does well. Every second ball in midfield, they seem to have one extra in midfield. Barry all the time. It's got to be handball. Linesman sees it. Maybe lucky not to get a yellow for that, Tom Creamer. I think he actually punches it away when he goes to ground. Yeah. Collins Key Nomads, Reece got underway with after last week's drubbing at TNS. It's a good reply this afternoon, 4-0. Yeah. They'll be one of the main clubs still.
Yeah, I think TNS first game is not the end of the world really, because you're not expected to win. There's no pressure on that first game, but there is obviously pressure on their second one, and they've done the business. So, and I was speaking to one of the directors of Aberystwyth earlier on at the Ponty TNS game, and he said they were outstanding.
Steph Edwards puts it away. Barry just putting that pressure on now again. Half hour almost up. Flown past Barry, 1-0 ahead, and pressing to try and get that second goal before half time. Veal puts it in. Rushton. I think Nick Rushton is having to play a lot deeper for Colwyn Bay than he did. He usually played in that 10 role for Newtown, didn't he?
Yeah, I think as well, when the ball goes forward for Barry, one of the centre forwards from Colwyn Bay could probably do with dropping in a deep liar to free up a midfielder. They're both staying quite advanced.
Hugh, again, right back's done well. Dan Jones, he's won a couple of 50-50s in there. Hulbert goes all the way through to the keeper. Holmes, no nonsense there from Danny Holmes. McDonald hooks it back into play.
Again, they cleared the ball. It's a great clearance from Danny Holmes, no nonsense. The ball went 60-70 yards, and the defence didn't come up. And then when the ball was put back in, that's why he had the bad touch, because he had too much ground to make up.
Colwyn Bay followers there, tremendous support. 4-hour journey, maybe 5. Hulbert. Cottrell again, in acres of space on the edge of the box. Lewis. George fancies a volley from 50 or 60 yards. And Hulbert almost did incredible to keep it in, but I think it has gone out. Football's a Cree. Scorio's highlights on Monday evening. I think there are 2 quite smart goals there from Penabont. I'm sure you've watched them a couple of 100 times already, Reese. All Sean. Not getting much success up the top so far, the front 2 or 3 for Colwyn Bay. All Sean. Decent ball in this time. Turner tried to get the shot off. Rushton blocked well. Patton does well in the block. Cottrell, can he keep it in play? Out of play from Cottrell. Just kicks it away. Pretty clever in kicking it away, by the way. Adam Davis at Caernarfon got a second yellow last night for kicking the ball away. Referees stamping down on things like that, Reece, this season?
Well, not in this game, they're not, because he kicked that a mile. I can't understand why that wouldn't be a yellow if it was for Adam Davis yesterday.
Rode their luck a little bit right in this game, Colwyn Bay. Only 1 goal behind and 32 minutes have flown by. I'm sure Stephen Evans would take the 1-0 at half-time and get in. Try and get it across to his lads. We're right in this game. McDonald. I think we have to... oh, he's off his line. He's in, Hulbert. It's unfortunate to be up against Downs there, the pacier of the 2 defenders. Snaith. You've been impressed by Snaith's layoff so far. Patton puts it out of play. Jenkins goes mad in the dugout down below us. You said he was pretty chilled out there earlier on. I would like to catch him on another day then.
Yeah, I know.
I think we have to congratulate everybody at Scotty who does send a congratulations to Cheryl Foster. Brilliant. Controlled the game again this morning in the 3rd place playoff in the World Cup for the ladies. Congratulations and well done, Cheryl.
Yeah, she first officiated with me a couple of years ago as a 4th official, and straight away you knew she was good.
Yeah, tremendous. Congratulations. Downs. Life's been quite easy at the back, Reece, for the centre-backs for Barry. They haven't been called on much this afternoon yet.
I think Colwyn Bay have had some goal-mouth action, though. Although I think we've been impressed with Barry going forward, I think Colwyn Bay have had some joy as well in terms of, you know, they've had plenty of shots, haven't they?
Yeah, most probably from long distance. So Patton, Hugh, always an option for Barry. It's a great ball down the line. Hulbert spins his man really well. Snaith just look a little bit more comfortable on the ball, Barry, and positive. And Snaith is definitely leading that line well with his first touches, as you said. Cottrell, Hugh, 2 to aim for in there. Will he put it across early? He does put it across early. Cottrell, big swipe at it, just evades it. Hugh tried to pick the pass. Oh, Sainty, Callum Sainty, does he take the shot on Sainty? Again. Drags the shot.
I think he's tried to pick someone out on the pullback there, isn't he? And it's just Jordan hasn't quite got there. But Callum Sainty on the front foot, so front foot defending. He was tight to his man. He went straight through, took the ball, and then he's on the front foot going forward. Then I think the Colwyn Bay defenders are standing off a little bit.
Yeah, that's Jordan Cottrell once or twice have had a shot. There's Jenkins.
I got booked for that last season.
Yeah.
Not that I'm asking Steve to get booked, of course.
I was just going
He's my mate, but
I was just going to say. Yeah, he's the man. You'd love to see it. He's almost enjoying himself in that dugout. It don't look like he was enjoying the water, by the way, but they're 1-0 ahead, and that's what it's all about.
Goal coming up again.
just go back to showing the goal as a physio does the work. Snaith getting his refreshments. Chrissy Hugh, they put in a good shift, by the way. Plenty of effort. Here is the goal.
I think as well, in this league, you've got to be switched on quickly, and there's no one toes there at all.
Yeah.
So I've criticised the defender for being too tight, but really, he shouldn't go to Sam Snaith's feet there anyway.
Well, the fullback is just look at the man taking the throw. He's actually watched him take the throw. He can stand in front of Snaith.
Everything happens quicker, so the throw-ins get taken quicker,
Yeah.
the players are quicker, the touches. You've got to get in quickly.
How important, Reece, coming back to a club he's been at? Wasn't a great success, if we're being brutally honest, when he first came here, Snaith. How important coming back today, opening day, well, second game of the season at Jenner Park with a big crowd here, number 9, and banging one in the first quarter of an hour.
Yeah, of course, it's a dream start for him, really. And he was here before, he was at Cardiff Met as well, then he went across to America to play over there. Hopefully he felt at home with us, but he felt like it was time for a change because he wanted to play week in, week out, and you know, he's scoring today. He's got a chance of doing that, hasn't he?
McDonald tries to play the pass into Cottrell. Jones back to Downs. Downs will go all the way back to Alfie Brooks in goals. Danny Holmes. Wasn't perfect, but not bad. Not bad from the back there. They played their way out. Dylan Allshawn. Tom Creamer is definitely getting further forward than he did last week. Hill, best move of the game so far, with ball retention wise anyway. Allshawn, Hill, Creamer, Jones, try and get a run shot off. Gets the shot off. Lewis collects well, but that's the first time. Danny Holmes just looking then at the 38 minutes that Colwyn Bay have put together 8 or 9 passes from back to front and got a shot off. Smart to play.
It was patient from Colwyn Bay, and I know that's how Steve Evans wants him to play, so he'll be pleased with that. It's a step in the right direction.
They went in 1-0 behind last week. Allshawn. I'd like to see him get in the game a little bit more and get on the ball. Creamer, it's a great dummy from Creamer. Turner, just trying to play it in behind. Two opposites at the moment. Turner and company up top, the ball's not sticking. When Barry are getting forward, Snaith is retaining the ball to a yellow shirt.
Yeah, if you look now how expansive the two teams are now.
Miles apart. Jenkins down below us, scanning his watch again. Still keen to get that second goal. Downs. Brooks launches one right into touch. Any surprises, Reece? Start of the season, would you put down as a major surprise result so far?
Well, I think we're all surprised Newtown have lost their first 2 games. Would have expected them to get a couple of points, but they've been there before, Newtown.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt in my mind that they'll end up strong.
Yeah, they had a slow start last season as well, so knows the league inside out. Chris Hughes. Edwards. Patton. Veal. In midfield have been tidy all afternoon. As Veal puts it out.
It's catching on.
Is it too early to call this a 6-pointer, Reece?
Yeah, it is, definitely. I think, as I said before, we got 1 point from our first 18 in our first season in the league. You've got to be patient. You've got to believe in what you're doing. You've got to be a little bit pragmatic as well, I think, and be adaptable. But yeah, it's a long way to go, obviously.
Field to take the free kick. McDonald on the back post by himself. Ball across there. Evan Press gets up.
That's a great chance, that was.
Yeah, it's a great ball in. He's only 6 or 7 yards out when he contacts as well.
seem to be struggling a little bit with balls into the box, don't they, Colwyn Bay?
Substitution. Sam Downey, who started instead of Ryan Edwards, is being replaced by Ryan Edwards. Obviously Downey didn't play last week, only played a half an hour, but here comes Downey again, the captain. Unlucky for him. Edwards, plenty of experience, ex-TNS player. Groin, it looks like he's pointing at. Lewis wide to Holmes. There's that difference of that first ball into the Barry forwards. Oh, great gallop as well. Sainty. Danny Holmes just stops Snaith getting the ball. Creamer gets it, the ball there in the end. It's a decent run from Turner, who gets there first here. Hill with a chance. Takes the chance. If you're a forward who scored plenty of goals last season, don't blame him for taking a chance. In the end, it's not a bad save, you know, from the goalkeeper.
No, he stood up big, didn't he? And I think a bit fortunate the way it ran through for him, but he's hit the shot first time. I think that was the right decision. And he stood big, Mike. And
stood strong.
Come off his shoulder.
Absolutely connected with that, by the way. Hill is on target, so
there's no one in the box for him, was there? So
no. What a bonus that would have been, by the way, for Colwyn Bay. The 42nd minute. Have the chance from the corner now. Hook clear by Cottrell. I'm sure Jenkins would be really disappointed to be going in at 1-1 after the amount of possession and the type of play they've had. But Colwyn Bay, to their credit, they're just looking for work now as the game has gone on. Alshon, great ball across, well cut out. That's more like it from the winger.
Yeah, when they have gone forward, it hasn't quite fallen for them, has it? The ball's going in the box, not quite finding the Colwyn Bay players.
Hill, Downs, the centre-back, has travelled up. He'll obviously be the target. And they're going deep, so this must be a long throw. Decent throw it is. Alshon. Hook clear by Sainty. Ryan Edwards trying to bring it down, his first touch. Just evades him. Snaith again. Being the wall as the centre forward, just trying to hold it up. I think this is going to show us, Rhys, we're going to have a very interesting second half anyway. But Colwyn Bay are not here just to roll over. They're definitely starting to show positive signs as this game has gone on.
Yeah, and I think if they can even get to an hour at 1-0, I think they'll have a right go in the last half
definitely.
an hour.
Creamer. Ball went out of play, so no doubt Matty Hill will travel across now and try and get the throw in.
Just wondering if in the last minute Sam Snaith will go back to defend this one, because the balls have been bouncing around their box the last few long throws. And
interesting. We're down to the last 20 seconds of this half. Hill has shown he can reach target. I'm surprised nobody's trying to block Mike Lewis in there. Mikey Lewis a liner, or do you think he'll come for it?
I don't think he'll come through a load of players like that.
4 added minutes. Curtis MacDonald pushes Tom Creamer away. 4 added minutes.
Sam Snaith's edge, I'd rather get Sam in there.
It's gone short, caught us all out. Hill, it's got to go in there now with all the bodies in there. Hill drives across the front. Yeah, it just had to go back in. Stephen Evans is down below us. He'll get a chance to throw the next one in long. I don't think he's thrown it short again. I'd like to see Evans' reaction now when this gets knocked clear. Snaith. Barry for the first time just looking a little bit unsettled in that defence. Great ball out. Almost a great ball out. Well defended again by Jones. He's been the best defender for Colwyn Bay so far. Ruston plays a 1-2 with Ryan Edwards. George. 4 Colwyn Bay players ahead of the ball. George. Yeah, you're right. I'll go back to pick up what you picked up on, Reece. The distances between the two sets of players. There you are. Callum Saty's getting the ball, and he is 70 yards away from Sam Snaith. Jenkins, I'm sure, now floodlights on in this beautiful summer of ours. All Sean. Turner lays it off. They've upped the tempo, Colwyn Bay. Jones. 3 bodies in there waiting. He goes to the back post. It's good defending. Mickey George has won his header every time he's gone to him in there. I like to see Allshawn get on the ball a lot more. Every time he's got it now, he's starting to create something. Creamer. Bodies in the box, 3 or 4. Handball was the shout, not given. Snaith. Edwards does a good job in the end.
Sam's just got to take care of it a little bit better there. Last couple of times, giving it away. Just needs to just take care of the ball.
Patton goes over and he'll accept that free kick. Strong challenge behind from Allshawn. Oh, don't know whether to see yellow.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah. Second time we're looking. He's flattened
Bit of a
him.
car crash, wasn't it? Really?
It was, yeah. Didn't expect it, but Dylan Allshawn collects the yellow there.
Keenan stayed down, so bit of whiplash perhaps.
1 goal, not many goalkeeping saves. Like you said, a few shots from Colwyn Bay from distance, and the chance Matty Hill had from 10 yards from the angle. So there have been chances either end. Only the 1 goal at present. Sam Snaith spinning his marker and poking the ball past the goalkeeper in the near post gives Barry a 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, he felt that, didn't he?
I think Patton will be eager to get in on that table at half-time.
Whilst I'd never condone a foul, you know that, Joe, sometimes it gets your team going.
Yeah, of course it does.
Maybe Steve will be saying at half-time, let's start putting a foot in a bit more and being a bit more physical, just like we did in the last couple of minutes, because Keenan Patton's not very happy now, is he?
I think I did mention that to you, Reece, about 15 minutes ago, about how physical they were in the first half against Caernarfon, and they were really up for it. They, you know, like Evans, you just said, just get into the game a bit more, show a bit more authority, let people know you know we're in this league, and we mean to be in this league for the next couple of seasons. Holmes.
Of course, a big part of that is being a bit more compact as a team, so you're closer to second balls.
Allshawn. George. Got good legs, Mickey George. He tracked really well. It's good work from the wing back.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, Mike.
Yeah.
He's a really honest lad. He's obviously with me for a season at Penabont, and we were really disappointed when he left.
He's the type of player, I think he's a youngster again, about 23 years of age. Could hold that right back spot for a long time at Bala Town. Be one of them players who gets hundreds of games.
A bit like Chris Hugh on the other side.
Yes, absolutely. Referee blows the final whistle for half-time. A Sam Snaith goal gives Bala Town the lead at half-time. Barry 1, Colwyn Bay 0. We look forward to seeing you in the second period.
Y ddau newydd ddyfodiad o ran uwch gyngrair Cymru tymor yma ni'n hen gyfarwydd ar Bari yn y gyngrair yma. A mae Sam Snaith yn weddol gyfarwydd hefyd o ran gwneud hynny. Fe sydd wedi cael yr unig gol hyd yn hyn, yr ymosodwr mawr yn taro, mae'n teimlo fel eiliad fawr o ran y gêm hyd yn hyn. Ond un gol sydd yn ddi ar yr egwyl. Taith hir, taith anodd hyd yn hyn i Fai Colwyn. Gwennan Harris wedi camu lawr o'r pwynt sylwebu. Ni'n syth i weld y gol gyntaf yna. Gwennan, yr unig beth sy'n gwahanu'r ddau dîm. Ond trafodoli Hulbert cyn y gêm, mae Sam Snaith yw'r seren hyd yn hyn.
Ie, mae'r ddau di wneud yn dda. Fi'n credu maen nhw wedi datblygu partneriaeth bach dda iawn o chwarae teg i Snaith. Y ffordd mae fe'n cymryd hwn, rhy hawdd fe gallu troi yn lle gyntaf, ond wedyn i cadw'r bil lawr pan gyda foli fel hwnna. Mae'n actually yn sgil anodd, mae'n really hawdd i pwyso nôl, ond nath yn dda. A ie, disgwyl bach yn well, falle o dawn ni yn y gol hefyd, ond ie, chwarae teg. A mae hwnna'n dda o ran hyder, pan ti'n ymuno gyda'r clwb newydd, ti'n moyn gol gynnar, so fydd e'n hapus iawn, cos oedd hwnna oedd cyfle gyntaf fe hefyd.
Un i ddim ar yr egwyl, mae fe'n hapus, dwi ddim yn edrych yn clawio fan hyn, yn y Bari, yn ddim yn y rhagolygon, ta beth. Ie, un i ddim ar yr egwyl. Ni wedi bod yn googlo fan hyn, ac termau eraill hefyd. Beth yw naif yn Gymraeg? Di newid yw'r term, ond be bynnag yw'r term, yw Bai Colwyn yn euog o hynny yn y hanner cyntaf yna? Ie,
fi'n credu. Am y 5 munud gyntaf, o'n nhw ar y troi flaen, o'n nhw gwasgu, o'n nhw mewn gwyneb ar Bari, ond ers ni, maen nhw jyst i cwmpo off, a mae gormod o led bod yn wedig yng nghanol y cae. Mae Cottrell wedi cael gymaint o cyfleoedd rili hefyd, jyst cael cymaint o le i fynd mewn. Jyst yn disgwyl, mae gen nhw un pivot ar hyn o bryd yn y system maen nhw'n chwarae, Bai Colwyn. Mae rhaid nhw cryfhau a i fi roi 2 pivot mewn fan'na i gwarchod y gwagle bach yna. Achos allu fod yn fwy yn hawdd, fy'n i weld cymal o chwarae fan hyn, dal ddim yn siŵr sut ath y bil ddim mewn. Snaith fan'na, y symudiad nath i creu gwaglen fe hun, a wedyn just ddim yn cwmpo i'r Bari. Ni gweld y peniad fan hyn. Nath e'n dda iawn fan hyn i penni fe nôl ar draws, achos oedd dim cyflymder ar y croesiad, a wedyn Hurley hefyd, ond nhw'n ffodus iawn, tua munud ar ôl gol Snaith, actually, cos gath Cottrell cyfle rili dda. Chwarae teg, maen nhw'n rhoi cyrff nhw ar y llinell, ond jyst ddim yn clirio'r bil yn ddigon bell chwaith, a falle di syni gyda jyst cyflymder. Fi gwybod oedd Bari wedi dod lan llynedd hefyd, ond mae profiad nhw yn uwch gyngrair. Maen nhw wedi hen arfer, ti'n gwybod chwaraewyr profiadol gyda nhw. Falle mae Bai Colwyn jyst i syni tip bach gyda'r cyflymder a hefyd physicality fi'n credu o'r Bari. Ond, un gol sydd yn ddi i fod yn positif. Mae hwnna bod hwnna'n ffactor, byddwn nhw'n stafell newid yn awr. A maen nhw wedi creu chydig mwy tua diwedd yr hanner cyntaf yna. Ie, wel, falle ddim creu, dath o camgymeriad fan hyn, ond jyst wastad yn bod yn positif, yn dilyn, yn meddwl bod yna camgymeriad yn mynd i digwydd. Dyna rôl blaenwyr. A chwarae teg i Mike Lewis, nath e sefyll lan yn dda iawn, a fe jyst yn taro ysgwydd fe, ond nath nhw cael 5 munud bach dda iawn hefyd ar diwedd y hanner. Fydd hwnna'n helpu, fydd hwnna'n tyfu hyder wrth mynd mewn, a fi'n credu fi Steve Evans yn gallu adeiladu. Oedd yna un chwarae bach, actually, really lovely o ran patrwm chwarae, so mae cwbl o pethau gallen nhw tynnu o, ond mae angen nhw dod allan gyda bach fwy o presence corfforol fi'n credu. Ond diddorol, mae angen i Fai Colwyn ymateb i hyn er bod hi'n gynnar yn y tymor. Nawr, mae ben wythnos mawr iawn o ran pêl-droed merched, ronderfynol cwpan y byd i ddod fori. Mae'n siŵr yn ei drafod hynny cyn diwedd yr rhaglen hefyd. Mae'n siŵr gen i gloi mwy am hynny. Nawr, achos mae Cath Morgan di ymuno â Sioned.
Ie, Del, mae rhaid fi weid, i fi a Cath, i ni mor excited, achos bore fori mae ffeinal cwpan y byd, a Cath, just faint i ti di joio'r tournament yma dros y 2 wythnos diwetha?
Ie, fi rili di joio, a beth sydd wedi sefyll mas i fi yw safon bob tîm, tymor y gwir yw, unigolion yn dangos bod y gêm wedi datblygu mor bell, felly mae'n ffantastig.
Lloegr yn erbyn Sbaen, bore fori, pen ar y bloc. Cath, fel i ti'n gweld i'n mynd, mae'n mynd i fod yn dipyn o gêm.
Wel, mae'n rhaid i dweud, mae'n nghalon ni'n dweud taw Lloegr sydd bod y tîm gorau, a maen nhw'n heiddi ennill o ran just unigolion, lefel perfformiad, tactegol ac yn dechnegol. Maen nhw'n heiddi ennill, a fi'n gwybod wir na pwy fi eisiau ennill.
Ti wedi sôn am safon cwpan y byd. Mae'n lot o dalent ifanc yn dod trwyddo hefyd. Mae Sbaen yn enghraifft gwych, maen nhw'n dîm ifanc iawn, ond pwy yw'r chwaraewyr sydd wedi rili dal dy sylw di?
Ie, mae Sbaen i fod yn deg wedi bod trwy cyfnod anodd iawn, tymod, ond y gwir yw, maen nhw wedi mentro a chwarae'n dda. I fi, tîm Lloegr, fi'n credu Lauren Hemp hyd i sefyll mas yn dda iawn, a cyfradd gwaith Rwsio Tymod, mae hi just, a George just damwyn nghanol y cae. Gallwn ni enwi bob un, ond y gwir yw, fi'n credu, beth sydd wedi elwa fan hyn, a beth sydd wedi fuddio ni yw gêm y merched pa mor well mae'r safon.
Achos welon ni'r effaith gath Lloegr yn ennill yr Euros. Gath hwnna effaith arbennig ar y gêm yma fan hyn yng Nghymru yn do fe Cath?
A tymod be, mae tîm Lloegr yn edrych yn well nawr na gono yn yr Euros, felly tymod, mae hynny'n mynd i ddod tîm fel Africa, Colombia, tymod, De Affrig, a ffaith bod nhw, mae lefel chwarae i fi jyst yn syfdanol, a fi'n falch iawn bod y gêm wedi dod yn ei flaen yn ddiweddar.
A mae rai ni sôn, Cheryl Foster, Cath, oedd hi'n dyfarnu bore yma y gêm ar gyfer y trydydd safle, Sweden yn erbyn Awstralia. Fi'n credu, mae'n deg i weid, ni gyd mor browd o ddi, achos mae ddi'n hyddi fod ar y lefel uchel.
Ffantastig, mae'n gyson yn ei pherfformiad, tymod, mae'r chwaraewyr yn rili joio bod gyda fi ar y cae, a mae pawb yn meddwl lot fawr ohoni yn y byd dyfarnu, a fi fel cyn chwaraewr chwarae gyda fi ar y cae hefyd. Oedd lwmp yn llync fi'n credu bod yma yn gwylio'r gêm, ac yn browd iawn ohoni.
Ni gyd yn browd iawn o Cheryl. Cath, diolch yn fawr am nawr. Sôn am y merched, mae merched y Bari mas ar y ca fel yn ystod y hynner hefyd. Ond pidwch mynd yn bell amser am hoifach nawr. Yr ail hynner rhwng y Bari a Bai Colwyn i ddod cyn bod hir.
Croeso nôl i Barc Jenner. A ddau glob heddi yn newydd ddyfodiad, ond y ddau sydd wedi bod yn y gyngrair o'r tymor cynta un yn ddidor sy'n cwrdd penwythnos nesa. Mae'n bach o gêm ddarbu yn y canolbarth, fer bod digon o filltiroedd rhwng nhw. Dre newydd y cwrdd ac Aberystwyth, a'r ddau di colli i gemau cynta o'r tymor hefyd. Pwysau? Pa bwysau? Felly bod yna bwysau fan hyn hefyd ar Barc Jenner. Mae'n ei lyddio, ta beth, wrth i mynd nôl i'r pwynt sylwebu. A Barry sy'n mynd amdani, ac eith Mike Davies esbonio'r cyfan i ni.
Continue at the start of the second half for Bala Town. Replacing number 4, Kayne McLaggon, is number 16, Aidan Lewis. And replacing number 10, Jordan Cottrell, is number 28, Lucas Tomlinson.
Welcome back to Jenner Park in Barry, where the Linnets currently lead Colwyn Bay by 1-0, a Sam Snaith goal. 2 changes at half-time for Barry. Lucas Tomlinson and Aidan Lewis come on, with Jordan Cottrell and Keenan Patton. Pattons could have well been that barge in the back in the last minute there, Rhys Griffiths.
Yeah, definitely. It was quite a physical challenge, wasn't it? And he looked hurt, so maybe that's why he's gone off. I'm not sure about Jordan Cottrell.
Tomlinson gets on the ball bright and early. George pulls it across. Danny Holmes gets it away. It's a bright start again by Barry. Aidan Lewis started last week. He'd be keen to get back into the thick of things. No tactical changes as yet for Colwyn Bay. Still look like they're playing that back 4. Creamer finished the half pretty well. Colwyn Bay. The likes of Dylan Alshon getting on the ball. Evan Press. Tomlinson drives forward, gets a shot off. Does it get a touch? Yeah, it goes for the corner. Rather fortunate to get the corner, but looks full of run in the substitute.
Yeah, I've heard he's a pacey player, very fit apparently. Didn't catch that one and was lucky to get a corner, as you said.
Chris Yu will deliver, left-footed. Looking to pick up McDonald by the look of it. Patton chance. Big chance for Hulbert.
Evan Press lost his marker there very, very easily. You see now, well, we can't see it from this clip, but he just a little bit of movement. 2 wasn't his marker.
Hulbert maybe could have been a bit more convincing with that finish then, to tucking it on.
Yeah, perhaps he could have put a bit more power behind it.
Jones, it's a ball in, headed away by Callum Sainty. Alshon, great ball from Edwards. Creamer, oh, it runs out of play. Looked a good ball from Ryan Edwards. Half a chance here, Rhys, or not?
Yeah, awkward one for him. But yeah, I think it's a better connection he scores, doesn't he?
Misses the ball almost I think, yeah. In the end. Hulbert will be keen to get off the mark when you're playing centre forward. Mike Lewis with the goal kick. Barry 1-0 ahead. Colwyn Bay still looking for their first league goal of the season. Snaith with a great header. George. Danny Holmes chasing Michael George there. It's just down in the corner. That could be key. He's holding his groin and he's gone to ground.
Yeah, he has pulled his groin.
Keita Williams would most probably be the replacement for Holmes at the back.
That would be a massive loss for Colwyn Bay, not only today but going forward.
Yeah, he's obviously a key signing. Played hundreds of games alongside Stephen Evans as a right back.
Stephen Evans will be playing again soon.
Yeah, he did play for Caernarfon a couple of seasons ago. Got one goal.
Did all right, actually. He played against us. He played quite well.
One goal, 1 red card in 9 appearances. I'm just tell the mood that he would love a point here this afternoon, Evans. A 1-1 away point, second game of the season. It all would be like collecting 3 this afternoon.
You can see him straight away. He knew, didn't he? And he's not moving freely at all on the side.
It's innocuous. There's nobody challenging him. Like a couple of weeks out, that could be Reece.
Well, the way he's moving, it could be a couple more.
Keita Williams looks like coming off the bench. Good ball. Turner. Hill plays it inside. Jamie Veal. Gaps appearing in the midfield. Hugh looking for the runner. Tomlinson. Downs intercepts and puts it forward for Turner. He hasn't done a long wrong there, Turner. Like you said, just try and impose yourself on the game. Let Curtis MacDonald know you're there. Put him under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, I think as well you need to stay on his inside shoulder, cut off the pass to the keeper and make him hopefully hook the ball into touch.
That definitely will be a blow for Colwyn Bay. Keita Williams, ex-Bangor City.
I'm not sure I've ever seen him play centre-back. It'd be interesting to see how he does with the physical presence of Sam Snaith.
He started out as a centre-back. I think he played for Wales Schools as well as a centre-back. So he has had he plays like a sweeper, Reece. Again, he's good on the ball, very good on the ball.
Yeah. Against us previously, he played holding midfield for his previous club. And again, you know, Sam Snaith has dominated in the air, and he did that against Danny Holmes. How's he going to do against Gitto now? It'll be interesting to see.
One stoppage left.
Three substitutes still to play. Colwyn Bay with a 1 stoppage. The rules change so frequently.
Yeah, still a bone of contention for me, that, Jonah.
That wasn't set up, by the way. That was a producer in my ear. He's obviously setting me up there, mate. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We'll have a chat afterwards, John.
It didn't spoil your European venture anyway.
No, it didn't. We did it anyway.
Snaith with a header. Tomlinson trying to get on the ball again against Allshawn. Allshawn fires it forward. Hill. Just got to retain that ball when it goes up the top. Colwyn Bay. Press. Game still very, very stretched. Aidan Lewis. Lewis can play when he gets on the ball, by the way. Decent ball in. Snaith with a header. Has he beat the goalkeeper? Just over the bar from Snaith. Wonderful cross. Fullback picked his head up and it was a beautiful cross in. Snaith gets the header off. Just clears the bar.
Yeah, lovely little clip from Mikey George. Picked him out. And I think that's been the biggest difference between the two sides today, has been Sam.
So if you're on that dugout then, Reece, are you encouraging more crosses, early crosses like that?
100%,
yeah.
Especially now Danny's gone off. I think with Sam as well, he tries to guide a lot of headers. Sometimes I think he can put a bit more power behind them and punch them back where they come from.
As per Darren Thomas's goal last week, wonderful header.
I was thinking more of a couple of mine, Joe, if I'm honest.
Lewis Harlan scoring a header.
You won't see a better header this season than Lewis Harlan yesterday.
What's that goal on Scotty tomorrow evening? Or Monday evening, 9:30. Veal. Jamie Veal has settled into this game nice today. We know he's a good footballer. He did it for Aber and Haverfordwest. When he gets on the ball, he has loads of quality.
Yeah, he does, no question about that. And I think, again, I know we keep saying it, but because the game is so expansive, he's getting a lot of space.
Downs. Callum Sainty. Pugh clears it against Jones, and it goes out for a throw into Barry. Results from the weekend, this afternoon's results, by the way: Cardiff Met 0, Bala 0, Ponty 0, TNS 1, and last night Caernarfon 2-1 against Newtown, which leaves them top for the Cymru Premier. Penabont snuck a 2-0 victory over Haverfordwest County, and Nomads 4, Aberystwyth 0.
Mikey George there, still full of energy. He'll do that all day.
Yeah, he seems to be enjoying himself. He's allowed, and the good thing what he is, by doing that, he's forcing Allshawn, who got into the game before half-time, backwards. Still searching for this second goal, Barry. Tomlinson, great touch. Almost set up for the left-footed shot. Gets it off this time, deflection, behind for a corner.
Good play from Tomlinson, but again, when the first ball came into him, he had a bit too much space. This one here, I think he needs to be a bit tighter there, Steph Edwards, and then came to him again. Yeah, lovely touch to get it back onto his left foot.
They have scored 5 goals already this season, Colwyn Bay, by defeating Airbus by 5-0 in the Nathaniel Cup. How they'd like one soon in this game. First header from Saith, looking for the second header. Colwyn Bay clear their lines. Hooked back in by George.
Good decision.
Holbert does well to keep it in play. Pugh clips one into the near post. Keeper comes and collects. Just getting a little bit more lively now this game. 5 minutes away from the hour mark.
That's that pragmatic approach I'm talking about earlier on, when Mikey George just hooked it back into an area and caused Colwyn Bay to defend another ball. Looks like possibly another sub for Colwyn Bay coming up.
Yeah. Could be a treble substitution then. Downs gets it wide. Jones gets it across to Keto Williams. Williams, as we say, in the Alan Hansen mould, the ball playing centre back. Great praise there from a great player. Again, gets out of his feet and passes it away. Downs. There's nobody screaming for that diagonal though, Reese. That's the difference between their forward line and Barry at the moment. Creamer, great touch from Creamer. Gets a chance, big chance. Rushton, what a tackle.
Mikey George.
What a brilliant tackle from Mikey George. Has to make the tackle. He punches the air after making the tackle, by the way.
It's as good as a goal, isn't it? That's a goal for Mikey George, that is.
It had a goal wrote all over it.
Did he need that second touch?
It's most probably what's cost him getting the goal. Snaith often picks up yellows for just hanging them elbows up a little bit high. He's learned that from somewhere.
But he needs to be a little bit cuter there.
And Evans looks like rolling the dice with almost an hour on the clock. Williams gets it wide to Rushton. Of all people, if you wanted that chance to fall to anybody on that team, by the way, Rushton is usually a sharp finisher, reached in them positions. So what an amazing tackle from the young fullback George.
Yeah, it just seemed to me that he might have pulled the trigger just a second earlier, but brilliant from Mikey George.
Curtis MacDonald throws it long. Snaith again. Lewis. Tomlinson. Veal just really does play in that holding role, and he plays it really well. Just picks up loose balls every time it comes out, and Aidan Lewis looks like he's just been sent in to do exactly the same. Tomlinson has obviously replaced Cottrell as the 10. Two substitutes being Jamie coming on for Dylan Allshaw, and Udi and Akpan coming on for Nick Rushton. So Rushton's last chance of getting a goal has just been about 60 seconds ago. Start of the season, Reece is a manager like Stephen Evans. Obviously you've been doing it out for the last 7 or 8 seasons. Are you giving these players a chance now? Go and show me what you've got in league action. 30 minutes is a good amount of time to show yourself instead of throwing you on for the last minute or two.
Yeah, it is, and I think, you know, I certainly am someone who likes to make substitutions, and I worry about not making them rather than worry about making them too soon, if that makes sense. But I'm surprised he's taking Nick Rushton off if he hasn't got a knock man.
Definitely not afraid to make the changes. Creamer back inside. Williams. Is there any pace there? That's great sweeping, by the way, by the goalkeeper. Chance! Is it in the back of the net? It is in the back of the net! It's Tom Creamer with a screamer! It's one apiece! Catches the goalkeeper out, heads it clear, Lewis, and Tom Creamer surely comes up with a goal of the Welsh Cymru season so far. One apiece, Barry 1, Colwyn Bay 1.
I'm not sure Mike Lewis did a lot wrong there. Obviously, have another look at it now, but you won't get a better volley than that first time with his laces. That's a great finish.
That's a fantastic finish. What a way to get your team's first goal of the season. Kayne Owen scored one almost like that last night for Caernarfon, but I just think he's edged him out.
No, well, Kayne had a man on the line, so I think Kayne's is a little bit better.
I'm not quite so sure the Colwyn Bay fans will agree with you, but what a way to lift this game. As Keita Williams goes right through, he'll pick up a yellow for that. Creamer, Tom Creamer, of course, ex-Wrexham, showed all the ability in the world, and Keita Williams just doesn't hold back there. Game on, by the way, now. Barry 1, Colwyn Bay 1.
We were saying in the first half that Barry had those chances in the space of 5-6 minutes, and you know, obviously right now they're ruining not taking a second one, but I just would love to see that again, to see if Mike Lewis made the right decision coming out, because at the time I felt like he did.
But Reece, you see so many coaching. That's not coaching, that's a piece of magic to get your team back in.
Again, I don't know. I said exactly the same to Kayne Owen last night. I said that's just talent. Absolute
talent. Brilliant goal, Tom Creamer, well done. One apiece, Barry and Colwyn Bay. We got a great game on here now on Scorio Saturday evening. Jamie Veal. The wall did its job. I don't think we'll have to wait too long to see a replay of that, by the way. How does that lift you, Reece? You see the players, the 11 players running over to their fans on the far side. It's got to pick you up and say, hey, we really fancy this now in the last 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and it was something out of nothing, wasn't it? I think Steve's probably thinking, how can we start getting a bit more of a foothold in the game? And then you get a gift in terms of, you know, the ability that Creamer showed to put the ball in the net.
Veal to take the corner. 62 minutes on the clock. Great ball in. First header. Oh, where is the goal poacher there? Curtis MacDonald will be asking questions. It's the perfect near post corner. You have to have a poacher to tap that in.
Yeah, and again, they've just struggled with the balls in the box a little bit in the Colwyn Bay.
I think MacDonald, you could just catch MacDonald and asking the boys, where were you? Chris, you expect the same type of corner. Sainty bobbling around in the area. Veal. It's definitely lifted Colwyn Bay. Akpan forward, Creamer.
4 versus 2.
4 versus 2. Does he go the right way? Akpan. He's onside. It'll be interesting. Does Lewis get it? Does Akpan get it? We know what we expected. Everybody expected the same thing then, Reece.
Well, credit to the player for staying on his feet.
Credit to the player, by the way. 9 out of 10 players trying to invite the goalie then. Game on, end-to-end stuff. I tell you who's done well since coming on, Reece. He's done things, just got the ball forward into good areas. It's Guito Williams.
Yeah, well, as I said, I knew he was a very good footballer, but I haven't come up against him too many times, and he's never played centre-back against me, but he has started well.
Here's the goal. Lewis heads at a distance, by the way. It's a great finish.
Yeah,
it's a great finish. I think Mikey Lewis still goes to clear that header again 10 times out of 10. But you don't expect to get beat with a 45-yard volley of that class. Doesn't get enough credit, some of the goals we score in this league, Reece. Mickey George. Really is it could be a very, very interesting last 25 minutes now. Barry will still be pressing for the win, no doubt. Barry will be pressing for the win.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, but I think it'll be end to end.
They just grew into the game about 10 minutes before half-time, didn't they, Colwyn Bay? And unlike last week, they've really come out for the fight in the second period. Hulbert gets the flick and Snaith had just made the run. Every ball that has gone in, Barry have had first connections with their head, so, like you said, he's got to get it in more often. George was Evan Press, by the way. Tries to stand it up to the back post. Misguides the cross. Captain Evan Press. Yeah, if you scan your phone, you can see Scorio goals on YouTube. Akpan's looking for full of running action, and he's been on the ball quite a lot since coming on. Great chance for substitutes, like I said. 30 minutes to go. Go and get yourself involved. Go and get yourself in the starting lineup for the next game at home in front of 1,000+ fans. Tomlinson. Hulbert made a great run. Be disappointed if I never had that. He's made a great run, Hulbert.
Yeah, look, Sam Snaith can run, but obviously Hulbert's quick, and I think he probably went the wrong way there.
Barry's average crowd last season was 575. The record attendance was 2,746. Should see we got about 6,500 here this afternoon. We'll know before the end of the game. Williams. Tomlinson. Again in acres of space. Aidan Lewis likes to take a shot on now and again. Goes to try and put the killer pass in. It doesn't work. Akpan again. He's on here, Hill. Can he get there? What a great first touch. What a brilliant save from Lewis. The first touch was that good from Hill. You thought he was just going to smash the back of the net. It's a big chance missed.
Yeah, I think if Mike Lewis was at all at fault for the first goal, which I'm not sure about, he certainly made up for it there.
Snaith.
Excellent play from Sam.
Tomlinson again in acres of space. It's a great tackle from Creamer. Lewis. Chris Hugh puts it in early. Chance for Hulbert. Second chance for Hulbert. Goalkeeper picks the ball up after 2 chances. 50-50 chances for Ollie Hulbert. This game is now turning into a real entertaining encounter, Reece.
Yeah, it's end-to-end stuff, isn't it? 2 great chances, either end in the space of a minute. I think, again, the keeper's made himself big there. Good save, and then I think fortunate with the bounce then. Yeah, he's come out, made himself big, and then just fortunate that it's fallen to a burgundy shirt.
His first save is fantastic. Body on the line. Thought of that Peter Schmeichel spread.
Tomlinson's getting way too much space in there, though.
Yeah.
He's made a difference since he's come on, I think.
Yeah, but in there, marking him, Reece, as you know, and you've seen him play hundreds of times, Ryan Edwards is not really a marker, is he? He's a footballer. He's more of a... He likes to get on the ball, don't he? That's why Tomlinson, again, has got acres of space. He gets a shot off, and Edwards and company are about 10 yards away from him.
Well, he's got to do a job, isn't he? I know it's not his, his favourite way of playing, perhaps, or his priority as a player, but you've got to do that job. If you look at the Colwyn Bay midfield now, they've got 2 in there against the 3 of Barry.
Yeah, and Tom Creamer, by the way, one of them, the goal scorer. Edwards. Steph Edwards has done well at left back. Not many have run round him this afternoon. It's great to see the 2 ex-Welsh internationals in these dugouts really making themselves the 12th man. They're really involved, aren't they?
I think it's fair to say they care.
Absolutely brilliant. Second most successful club in the Cymru Premier history, Barry, with 7 titles. TNS, of course, the top with 15. Coming. Akban again. You collect your yellow. Jamie Veal. Not much doubt about that for Aaron Wynne-Jones to give the yellow card there.
Yeah, easy one for the ref, that.
Akban's made a difference.
Yeah, he's direct, isn't he? He's obviously got pace and he's working hard, so good substitution by Steve.
And it seems as though Stephen Evans and Colwyn Bay are targeting the 2 centre halves as well. Since Akban's gone on, trying to get right through the middle. Twice Hill should have most probably made it 2-1, by the way, to Colwyn Bay. Chance here, goalkeeper does the conventional thing and goes back in his box. You can hear the big shout below us from Stephen Evans to get on with it. So it looks like the Bay are looking for the away win. It's a great header, superb header. Onside as well as substitute if he can keep it in. He does keep it in. That's a brilliant piece of play from Cumming.
That's a great example there of where a wing-back has pressed a full-back and got it wrong, and they played round him and the space opens up.
Definitely great to see 2 new teams, both adding plenty to this game. Akban again. Creamer wants the ball. Akban gets a shot over. Lewis collects. They're just dropping deeper and deeper, Barry, when Colwyn Bay are getting the ball as well now. Press gets it wide to Curtis MacDonald. MacDonald. Good balance as a back 3, that, Reece. Curtis MacDonald, left-footed, left-hand side. Sainty down the middle and right-hand side. Evan Press.
Yeah, certainly it's important to get the left footer in there, obviously with a 3 more than a 2. Evans full of energy.
Jones gets a crossover as well, cut out by Sainty. They're definitely showing more of a threat now, Colwyn Bay. Young Mojallo looks like he'll be coming on for the last 18 minutes. Sam Snake, would you expect to see Sam go off, Reece?
No, I wouldn't take Sam off. But
we would expect it to be Snake or Hulbert.
Yeah, I would imagine it'd be one of the 2. I think me and Steve were talking about this lad before the game, and he's got some. He's raw, but he's got real ability.
It is the big man. Sam Snaith hears his goal, spins his marker so well, does his job, puts it in the back of the net, gives Barry a 1-0 advantage. He'll be pleased with the goal.
Yeah, we can criticise his defending, but he's done very well there, hasn't he?
Gets him up and running in the Cymru Premier scoring charts. Can Mo Jallow open his account for the season? McDonald. George keeps it in. Edwards. It's a great touch. Cumming, the substitute's done really well since coming on. Holbert. Press goes back to the goalkeeper, Lewis. Lewis just clears his lines. Any mistake could be costly now. Akpan. Jones. Played well on that right hand side all afternoon. Coming. Turner does really well keeping that in. Offside flag given against. Coming the substitute, I think. You've been in this league, like I said, a long time, Reece. When you make these journeys, especially this new group of players now for Colwyn Bay, travelling down on that coach 4 hours, 5 hours, what difference does it make when you're going home with something from the game?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. It's such a long trip back if you haven't been successful, especially if you haven't performed well. And I think if you can go back with a result, you know, it makes everything so much easier.
Almost makes it like a shorter journey.
They are long journeys when it hasn't gone well.
Edwards. Akpan has really enjoyed himself since coming on as a substitute. Really set the tempo as well. Turner. Edwards.
Looks a good player, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I think with Guito Williams coming on at the back, with Akpan coming on top, Cummins done well as a substitute as well. It just shows out good signs for the Bay. Barry just need to readjust and get the upper hand in the game again.
Yeah, well, I was saying before that we had...
It's that ball again, from the back to front. Chance here, coming to take the shot on, gets a shot off Lewis. Good handling from Lewis.
Yeah. Evan perhaps could have done a little bit better there defensively. But I was saying before that we got 1 point from our first 18 in our first season. But we were in games. We were losing 3-2 to TNS, 3-2 to Caernarfon away.
You want to be in the game.
Yeah, you don't lose hope then.
Yeah, definitely. Holbert. Jallow. George most probably seen more of the ball than anyone in the 90 minutes. Holbert. Edwards goes with the runner. Can Holbert get the shot off? He's approaching the area now. Holbert gets a corner. Williams makes the tackle. Really has a bit of edge about this game now. Seven corners to Barry, 2 to Colwyn Bay. Can Barry make their 8th successful one? He's delivered really well all afternoon, Chris Hugh. Delivers again. I think the 9th is on the way. No goal kick given. Newtown Aberystwyth next week, Mid Wales derby. Saturday at 5 o'clock online. Turner. George showed tremendous pace in getting back in there. Akpan. Creamer. You remember that goal for a long time in his career. Should only a youngster know, but I'll stay with him forever. Will it be the goal that earns Colwyn Bay their first point in the Cymru Premier League? Williams. Shouldn't have let him run up to play with that. Yeah, Stephen Evans looking a lot happier. Like you said, Reece, it's when you're in with a chance, and I'm just calling this 50-50 now. What about you?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. I mean, interested to know if both managers would settle for a point at this stage, or whether I think Steve Jenkins would definitely be eager to get a winner, wouldn't he? Being at home.
I would have said that at half-time, but at present, no. I just think the substitutions he's made, they really have shone out and done really well, and they're starting to pass it around more. They're getting more confidence about him as Edwards gives it away. Great ball. Is he in behind? Oh, tremendous defending. Absolutely quality defending that. Alex Downs. They just passed it better since Williams has been on there. Great ball in. Interesting. Will he go in the area now? Yes, bound to be a foul. Bound to be a foul. You could just see the foul coming. Jenkins in the dugout there just dropped his head looking at that.
I just wonder whether Steve will look to, as we see the foul, and it definitely is a foul. I just wonder whether Steve Jenkins will be keen to get someone up against the fullbacks of Colwyn Bay, because they seem to be getting out an awful lot now because they've got two up front, Barry. There's that bit of space if they were to go perhaps 5-4-1 and make sure they've always got two wide.
Key moment now. I mean, Barry looking like zonal marking in there at the moment. 10 minutes to go. Turner, can he flash this across the 6-yard box? 3 markers, 5 zonal markers for Barry. It's a great kick, does his job. Talbot in the hole and he heads it away. Jones, Ryan Edwards, slide rule pass to Hill. He's got a bit of pace about him. Hill, ball across. Creamer. Hill stands it up this time. Not the greatest of crosses from there. One more quality than that. Nobody stood in front of him. Even though he's just given the foul away there, he's looking for work. He's looking for work. He's made a difference.
And I think probably the ref's given that one because of the Callum Sainty one a couple of minutes ago.
81 minutes on the clock. Can Bala Town force a winner at home in their first game of the season? Can Colwyn Bay snatch an away win? Hulbert with the header. Lewis. Handball not given. Chris Hughes stands it back in. Hulbert there with the header. Does he guide it? Little late challenge in there from Tomlinson. I think the referee has to blow up. He doesn't. Cream was down by the look of it anyway, so he will blow up.
Keeper did well here. Just you know, he knew the player was coming in, but he eyed on the ball and gathered it well. Look at the Creamer down with cramp now. I'm not maybe suggesting this about him, but another thing we found when we came up was that the intensity of the league was far greater than the league below. I think now we're a fit side, but at the time probably took us a couple of months to get up to the pace of the league.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's that header. It's a smart header, and he is on the edge of the circle, just volleys it over everybody else. It's a great footballing goal because that's what he's after. He takes it early because he knows the goalkeeper's out, and he absolutely spots it.
It would have been easy there to take a touch, be safe, try and clip it over, but he believed in his ability.
Footballing brain, that is, to score a goal like that. There he is. I think that's just shot into the favourite spot for Scorio's goal of the month for the first month.
Second to Kane Owens last night, I think.
I think we may have a slight, not allowed to bet, you know that, Reece. We might just have a point on that one, okay? Still down. I don't think Stephen Evans will want him on there because his substitutions are all used.
They are.
There's positives you can take from this because Barry have created plenty of chances. They've looked decent enough. It's their first game, don't forget, back in the... Yeah, they may be favourite for the game, but they've put in a decent performance. And the positive for Caernarfon are, at half-time, not Caernarfon, Colwyn Bay, at half-time against Caernarfon, they folded. They folded last week in the second half, and they've showed good tempo and loads of guts in the second period this time.
Yeah, well, whatever happens, it looks like they're not going to lose the second half. So, you know, obviously they're winning the second half at the moment, but yeah, big improvement there.
Definitely. Callum Saint, he's off at the moment.
But there was a lot of space already. There's 10v10 now.
Akpan just trying to get it down. Sainty in his career suffered with injuries. It's good to see him stay on and get through the 90 minutes. As there are more rules. Are you aware of this one, Reece? I'm going to really help you out. If you go off the pitch, you've got to stay off for at least 30 seconds.
So if it's 29, are they going to take 6 points off you?
I think they'll take 7 if it's pen and point. No, that's the rules. You've got to learn the rules. We know. 84 minutes on the clock now. Next goal, surely the winner if one of these teams can produce it. Edwards picks it up off the Steph Edwards. Misguides his pass, misguides his pass.
Lovely one from Peter Williams to get him out there, and then obviously Steph with the error.
First touch. Yeah, there's a lot more strength there in that. Turner plays Akpan in. Can he get into that box and make Evan Press make the challenge? Press was clever enough not to make the challenge. His pass is not that great though. Turner. Substitute. Jones. Plenty of bodies forward now, Colwyn Bay. McDonald. Hill just misguides his pass. Ball in behind here, that's Hill, but got the legs. He may have. Steph Edwards just gets it. His trusty left foot just puts it out of play. It was a decent ball from Aidan Lewis. A lot easier, Reece, watching these tense last 5 minutes when you're not involved as a manager, I'm sure.
Oh, totally different experience.
Creamer. There's pace in both departments there. Oh, McDonald does really well. He just gets it and makes Hill make the foul. A very important piece of defending that from Curtis McDonald. Had to get there first.
Yeah, he used his experience there, didn't he? Because I think he knew that he was going to lose the foot race. Hill's obviously got some pace.
I just think both managers will take the point now. Something to build on for both managers.
Yeah, obviously Steve's come away from home and they were 1-0 down, and I think Steve Evans would probably admit now that they've probably been the second best side. Second half, really.
Turner. Lewis blocks it. Out of play it goes. Fast approaching 87 minutes now. 521. Great attendance again this afternoon at Jenner Park. 500 plus, 521. And it looks like the Lord Mayor's getting involved.
Was that him then?
No, that was the famous seagull hat that Dylan Ebenezer, I think, spoke about on the Scorio podcast this week. Both teams still searching for the winner. They give us a good game this afternoon. Great entertainment. Drives forward. Can he get the shot off? Surely from the edge. Tomlinson, what a drive! Still hasn't cleared it. Chris Hugh trying to cut inside his man. Hugh gets a shot off. Great block from Downs. This is really edgy now. Surely looked like that was going out of play. There's a few players out on their feet now, Reece.
It's walking wounded, isn't it?
No, they won't. Barry fans not enjoying that. He made the throw, Chris Hugh. As he made the throw, it was Dan Jones who went to ground.
I think he did it in the nick of time, didn't he?
Just in the nick of time. But it'll bring both teams out of the bottom two. Aberystwyth and Newtown in the bottom two, is it, at present? Both pointless?
It would be, but obviously it's early days, isn't it?
Yeah, just saying, it's a confidence builder for
definitely.
Barry and for Colwyn Bay. If you're going home when you're out of the bottom two, whereas you were in it, it's all positives.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at the players with cramp in their calves, I remember playing at Jenner Park in my first season for Caernarfon Town, and I got cramp in both my calves at the same time. And Nathan Cottrell, who I know you know well, manager at Taswell, he was laughing at me saying, I've never seen anyone get cramp in both calves at the same time.
And I'm sure now if one of your players had it, you would be having a sharp word with him. Chance, long throw. Will he fire this in now? Barry substitution. Callum Huggins. Mo Jolo, who's just come on. He must be injured. Definitely must be injured. He's run out. He's galloped off, by the way. Jenkins asked him. I tell you what, if this substitute were to score a goal now, just coming on,
I can only assume that was tactical.
For me, it has to be an injury if he's only come on 10 minutes ago. I mean, I've seen players taken off, but not somebody who's come off 15 minutes ago. I'm hoping anyway. Curtis MacDonald there just picking up a yellow for a bit of tugging in the area. How vital this now, Reece? What, 2 minutes left on the clock? The long flow is 6 added minutes, by the way. It's catching the Premier League. Minutes are catching the Cymru Premier League. 6 added minutes. Chris Hugh puts it into a good area. MacDonald stays up. Downs has done well aerially.
Yes.
Downs has done really well aerially.
You can tell he's an honest player, isn't he?
George. It's a great ball in from George. Who's the bravest? Kept in play by Evan Press. They just need to get out of that box now, Colwyn Bay. Creamer. Williams again. Downs makes the header, important header. Barry pressing for the winner. George, great ball in from George. Great header again by Downs. That's a treble in about 2 minutes. Oh, great effort. Superb effort from Sainty. Goalkeeper doesn't collect it perfectly, but just does enough.
I was just going to say that the game just is just crying out for that little bit of quality off somebody, and I thought Callum Sainty had found it there. That was well, that was like a centre forward doing it, wasn't it?
He's putting pressure on the goalkeeper here, by the way, and he deals with it really well. Tremendous clearance from the goalkeeper. Edwards, can he get it wide? Can the Seagulls create something in the last couple of minutes? I'm sure Hill has plenty more to show us, Reece, up top.
Yeah, he's obviously physically very strong and quick, a bit raw perhaps, but you've got to learn quick.
Akban gets the pass off, shot off. Fierce effort by the fullback. Dan Jones just couldn't keep it low enough. He's had a decent game again this afternoon, Dan Jones.
There's quite a few. Callum Sainty looks like he's struggling with something after that chest and volley. Dan Jones limping. Creamer with his cramp. There's quite a few struggling.
Well, they've looked too demanding, managers, and to be fair to them, they've dragged everything out of their players this afternoon. It's 1-1 with 3 minutes left on the clock. Great ball in. Just got in a little bit too early then, Ollie Holbert. Is that a Sam Snaith cross?
Well, obviously Sam would have relished to get on the end of that one, but I think Ollie Holbert's done the right thing there. He's attacked the space, he's got across the defender, unfortunately.
Kath Morgan, obviously, is very impressed by Tom Creamer's equalising goal. Let's go along with that, Reece.
I think that goal probably deserves or merits him getting man of the match. I think there's been some good performances throughout. We talked about Sam Snaith. I think Mikey George has been as good as anyone on the pitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a goal it was.
I think I'd go along with you. I yet again reiterate how the substitutes have played well as well. They really have played a part.
Yeah, they have, definitely.
Cummins done really well since he's got on the ball. That's a great ball again. Hill pressing down in the corner. Lewis has to clear his lines, and Lewis does really well, beating the halfway line from his 6-yard box. Looks like Barry may have thrown up Callum Sainty to try and get the winner. Be interesting.
I think they've changed to a back four.
Well, it's Barry just pushing for the winner now in the last couple of minutes. Colwyn Bay just hanging on for their first point of the Cymru Premier season. Barry pushing for a 3-point haul. It'll be Veal to stand up the free kick. McDonald to target. McDonald gets the first header. Hooked away by Jones. Akban won the free kick. Referee says get up. Chris Hugh
needs to get up and do his job.
Delivers well. Sainty's up there. The break could be on here, you know. Hill. Can Akpan get there? Does Lewis put it out to play this time? Keeps it in play. And they stayed deep, Colwyn Bay. They had a big chance to get out then. Williams.
He's been outstanding since he's come on.
He has been outstanding. Outstanding. Goalkeeper. Oh, Hulbert. Just in two minds again. Could he have just got a flick header there, Reese?
Yeah, I think you're right. He was in two minds. I think he thought the keeper was coming and then he wasn't. And in the end, he wasn't really, didn't really do anything, did he? But
wasn't a bad ball in it either by Evan Press. It's been.
It's probably one of those ones he needed to get hold of and give someone else the opportunity for a shot rather than try and score himself.
Well, it's a great having you alongside us this afternoon, Reese, but it has been an entertaining game.
Oh, I really enjoyed it, yeah. Way too entertaining if I was one of the managers.
Well,
I wouldn't have enjoyed it at all.
Well, you've got to be fair. We did see him going through the mill, and then the pair of them. Sainty enjoying himself up top. Tomlinson steps over it. Again, coming. He'll be in the starting lineup next week. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Akban will be challenging as well. Steph Edwards goes back to the goalkeeper. Just be impressed. Not the greatest of clearances. No creamer attempt from Aidan Lewis, though. Maybe. Last chance saloon for a winner. Just got to get something in the corner now. Barry have to be resolute in the defending. Downs gets it wide. Body's in the box waiting for the cross. Turner, will he take the long shot on?
Quick wrap when you finish.
Turner. Final score at Jenner Park. Both teams get a point apiece. Bala Town 1, Colwyn Bay 1. Look out for the highlights on Scorio on Monday evening. Thank you for viewing this afternoon.
Steve, your first point on the board. What's your reflection on that game?
I don't know what to make of that. I think good, the bad and the ugly, really. I thought at times it was diabolical. Simple 5-yard passes. We've got a lot of work to do, judging on that. But a point away, first point, we'll take it.
And just quickly, Steve, Thomas Creamer's goal, Colwyn Bay's first goal in the Cymru Premier, and what a goal it was.
Yeah, what a goal. To be fair, Tommy was one of the bright sparks today. I thought he'd done really well, and contended for goal of the season. That'll be, if that was in the Premier League, that'll be played and played and played. So, he deserves that. He worked really hard today, and it was a great finish, wasn't it?
Steve, diolch yn fawr, thank you.
Sioned a Steve, diolch yn fawr iawn, diddorol iawn, clywed i ymateb ddim yn hapus da'r perfformiad. O'ch chi'n cael y teimlo, mae'r pwynt na neu byd o les i'r ddau dîm efallai.
Fwy i bai Colwyn fi'n credu, jyst o ran y canlyniad wythnos diwetha, y perfformiad, ond nhw ddim ar y gorau tan y gol yna, nath nhw dechrau dod y bach o momentum wedyn, ond am gol i ennill chi pwynt, ond bach o pwysau ar y Barry, bach siomedig gyda'r ffordd nhw wedi mateb i'r gol.
A mae'r gol unwaith eto, ni'n mynd i weld i eto ac eto, felly, pa mor anodd yw hyn, Gwenan?
Rili anodd. I ddarllen y hediad y bel a sicrhau bod gyda chi planio'r coes arall yn y lle gywir. A wedyn, i just cadw'r bel yna lawr hefyd, na beth mae'n neud dda, mae'n mor hawdd i just hit and hope. Ond mae'n real cywirdeb ar y ergyd yna, mae'n gol gwefreiddiol. Ni'n redeg allan o superlatives, ni'n siŵr pa geirig Cymraeg all i ddefnyddio, ond campus gwefreiddiol gwych anhygoel.
So chi'n meddwl yn fwy o eiriau. Mae'n ddiddorol o ran y ddau dîm. Ni wedi gweld bai Colwyn dwywaith nawr, gweld Barry. Mae'n y gymeriad na, o leia, mae lle fydd y Barry mewn gallu ennill hon yn gyfforddus.
Fydd y Barry'n siomedig iawn. Fi credu bod hwnna'n cawn gymeriad gan gol geidwad i fi. O'n i ddim yn teimlo oedd angen fe dod allan, oedd Saint i fyna o flaen am ddiffyn. Ond nathon nhw methu gymaint o cyfleoedd cyn. Oedd Holbert wedi cael cyfle eiraidd 3 munud cyn fi'n credu gol na, so fydden nhw'n edrych nôl yn sicr yn siomedig iawn bod nhw ddim wedi cael treffaint heddiw.
Kayne McLaggon